warning, there are major spoilers ahead for Avengers: Infinity War. Now that Avengers: Infinity War has been in theaters for a little bit, we need to talk about the many deaths throughout the movie. In case you're still debating whether or not the deaths at the movie's end actually happened, Infinity War screenwriters Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely have said they're real, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you will be able to move on to the next stage of grief. Well, consider this our grieving stage. Insider went through every death in the film, ranking them from the least shocking to the ones that hit you the hardest. We're only looking at characters who we see killed or who vanish on screen during the movie's climactic end. So we're not putting the collector in here. For all we know, he's still out there with Kraglin. If you haven't seen the movie, we suggest you don't read this until you get around to seeing it in theaters. If you have, grab a tissue and let's discuss. 16 Heimdall. This one felt like a giveaway. Marvel. If you didn't watch Thor Ragnarok, you may have forgotten Idris Elba was a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's tough to keep a big actor like Elba in the MCU when he's playing a smaller role. Since Asgard was destroyed in Ragnarok, it didn't seem like there was much point in keeping him around. Heimdall was the guard of the bridge that connected Asgard to Earth. Thor can now travel anywhere with his new Stormbreaker weapon. Still, we didn't expect Thanos to drive Heimdall's sword straight through him as his buddy Thor was forced to watch. 15 Vision was always toast. Disney, Marvel Studios' Vision's days were numbered the moment Thanos went stone searching. We knew the Mind Stone was probably going to get ripped out of Vision's head at some point of Infinity War. The real question was whether or not he could be separated and survive without the stone before it was taken from him. That answer became a resounding no. We more or less were looking for any sort of glimmer of hope that there was a way to prevent his death before the movie debuted. But by the time there was a third attempt on his life, we were ready for Thanos to get it over with. Maybe Shuri has some code for Vision backed up somewhere in her lab to help reboot him in the next movie. 14. Maria Hill didn't see it coming. Disney, Marvel Studios. Were we shocked to see the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent in the movie at all? Yes. Were we surprised to see her minor character vanish after she turned up in a post-credits scene? Not much. Hill just doesn't have much emotional weight in the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. 13. Loki. The moment he took the Tesseract off of Asgard, we had a feeling he was doomed. Marvel. If you watched Thor Ragnarok before seeing Infinity War, you definitely feel like the writing is on the wall for Thor's dear departed brother. There are so many sweet brotherly moments between the two that it feels like things need to be shaken up. Even if you didn't watch Ragnarok, the clues were still there. Thanos sent a bunch of people on missions throughout the course of different MCU movies to retrieve Infinity Stones. Loki was supposed to deliver Thanos the Tesseract. Did he think Thanos was just going to let him get away with that? Trailers showed Thor reacting to something terrible aboard his Asgardian ship. It wasn't too tough to piece together an impending Loki death if you were looking for it. As Thanos said, no resurrections are bringing the god of mischief back this time. While we certainly believe Thanos, if time travel becomes a tool used in the sequel, don't be surprised if we see Hiddleston once again. 12. Nick Fury. It's about time we saw more of Nick Fury. Disney, Marvel Studios. Similar to Hill, we were surprised to see Fury show up after the credits, but we weren't too surprised to see him disappear. Fury was able to make the most of his disappearance by making sure to reach out to a hero we haven't seen yet up until this point, Captain Marvel. You can read more on her here. The way he vanished, frustrated by the fact he was vanishing, gave audiences a chuckle and served as a palate cleanser for the movie's end before leaving the theater. Plus, we'll see Fury again in next year's Captain Marvel movie, so we're not too sad. 11. Mantis felt the end coming. Marvel, Disney. If any of the Guardians of the Galaxy members were going to go, we imagined Mantis may be first to turn to dust. She was the last member to join the team, and while her telekinetic powers are quite useful against villains, we haven't had a lot of time to get to know her as well as the rest of the bunch. Mantis was one of the few heroes who had a sense that she was about to disappear, and that made her death hit a little harder. 10. Scarlet Witch. At least Scarlet Witch doesn't have to wonder what it's like to live without Vision now. Marvel. Wanda had it tough. First she lost her brother in Avengers: Age of Ultron, and then she lost the android she fell in love with. We thought Scarlet Witch may make it through unscathed so she could exact revenge on Thanos, but she'll need some saving instead. Her absence is a heavy blow to the Avengers since she's definitely one of the most powerful heroes they had. But maybe that's exactly why she was taken out of the equation. She's just too powerful. 9. Drax. Sorry, Drax. Someone else will have to avenge your family now. Disney, Marvel. We've been ready to see Drax exact vengeance on Thanos for murdering his wife and daughter ever since he mentioned it in Guardians of the Galaxy. We were taken aback when Thanos shattered him into pieces using the Reality Stone. When we knew he was okay, we thought Drax was going to be in it for the long haul to see Thanos defeated. As Drax started to disappear, we felt the pain of the warrior being robbed of his chance to avenge his family. 8. Falcon. Captain America already lost one sidekick. With Falcon gone, he lost two. Disney, Marvel Studios. We expected sidekicks to start vanishing after Thanos snapped his fingers, but Falcon's departure was tough to stomach as he disappeared the moment War Machine was looking for him on screen. Falcon had no one with him when he turned to dust. 7. Doctor Strange. We definitely thought the Master of the Mystic Arts was safe. Disney, Marvel Studios. Doctor Strange recently entered the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so we didn't expect to see him go at the end of this film. We figured he would be safe in the event there's a sequel in the works for the character. Plus, we thought he may be instrumental in reversing Thanos' grand scheme. The only reason we're okay with Doctor Strange disappearing is because he looked surprisingly at peace with the fact he was vanishing. This all must be part of his master plan to help save the world. 6. Peter Quill. They can't get rid of all of the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Think again. Marvel, Disney. If Tony Stark and Captain America are safe, then the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy gets a pass too, right? Nope. Thanos did away with Star-Lord in one of the film's biggest shocks. Now, there's only one member of the team, Rocket, left. And he doesn't even know the rest of his friends are gone. We're just hoping Peter and Gamora were reunited afterwards. 5. Bucky Barnes. As Bucky started to disappear on screen, you may have been hit with a wave of confusion. Marvel. After seeing a brief reunion between Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers, we were ready for more of Marvel's best bromance. We were also prepping for a new friendship between Rocket Raccoon